Welcome to the Digital Glue Podcast. These digital untangling episodes are brought to you by Crystal Kordalchuk, CEO and founder of Virtually Untangled. This podcast is for entrepreneurs who need untangling from the day-to-day tasks in their business. These virtual world untanglers never underestimate the power of a good idea. And if that sounds like a lofty goal, well, it is. A decade ago, Virtually Untangled was founded with the goal of creating meaningful digital experiences that connect with people. Crystal and her team of honorary untanglers are now providing business owners just like you the opportunity to own your story and share it with the world. So, every Tuesday morning, she'll be dropping a new episode that will help you think big and dream even bigger. Let's dive into today's episode.
Are we as entrepreneurs busy? Yes. Overscheduled? Yes. Are we often overwhelmed with the to-do list and busy work? You know the kind, tasks that you have to do but dread, day in and day out. Writing and sending invoices to our clients, creating, filing, and presenting weekly reports on sales, deliverables, hours, and tasks, checking your email, responding to customer inquiries, and managing good old spam that comes along with living in a virtual world. Yes, 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 and yes. We come to realize we need help, which is a good thing. As our business grows and thrives, we need people to perpetuate that growth, and now it's time to take on a team member. But where can we get one? Who can take some tasks off our hands and in turn hand us back our sanity? Enter the wonderful and growing industry of virtual assistants. Growing at an unprecedented rate, thanks in part to the pandemic of 2020, virtual assistants is a demand we've never quite seen before. Hiring a virtual assistant, VA as we've also been known as, is the new age, cost-effective way of doing business. As an entrepreneur, you already have plenty to keep track of. The world of to-dos is large and vast. With so many items to tick off those lists, it can be way too easy to spend hours on small, though important, tasks, foregoing the essential work of putting concepts into action and solidifying your bigger picture. Working with one of these gloriously talented individuals will allow you the time you need to focus, be more productive, and less stressed. Trust me, I know it well. Part of Virtually Untangled's buffet of offerings includes VA services. So we have not one, but two on our team. And not only do they help our clients get untangled and feel at ease, but they help me here at VU stay on my toes and get untangled too. Partnering with a virtual professional with an array of multi-passionate skills ensures that every single item on your to-do list is completed quickly, efficiently, and professionally. All the while, you're saving on employee costs such as office space and essentials, benefits, vacation and sick time, as well as an annual salary. For those who may be unfamiliar, by definition, a virtual assistant is an independent contractor who provides administrative services to clients while operating outside the client's office solely within a virtual space. A virtual assistant typically operates from a home office, but there are millions who prefer the digital nomad lifestyle and have the ability to access the necessary planning documents such as shared files, folders, and calendars all remotely. Here at Virtually Untangled, we are a team of virtual contractors, all with our own specialties and talents. Our mission is to provide entrepreneurs, business owners, startups, and innovative and emerging companies worldwide with a boost in productivity and a handful of extremely helpful and innovative resources so that they can continue to do what they do best while we, the VAs, take care of the rest. We VAs work for clients who are very passionate about what they do, and we carry on the very same passion as if their business was our very own. We not only get the job done, but with style and grace, but we make work fun as well as a place where we can grow and nurture each other. So in order to use your VA to grow your business the way you need, it's better to hire for the role itself, not the task. You're probably wondering, what does that mean exactly? It means building a team, not just hiring one person for the whole shebang. A team that can work together to achieve your every business need and desire. There's a truly great quote that speaks to me from Maddie Stepanek, who says, "Unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved." And you know what? Maddie couldn't be more right. Now, the greatest thing about a virtual team is that it combines the best qualities of all of its people. The members of the team complete each other to form an unbeatable unity. We think that teamwork is the sure path to quick and solid success. So if your VA has creative talents, more than likely they're a designer at heart like me, who adds a twist of passion for organization into the mix, such as graphic and web design or web developing, then stop tinkering around in Photoshop. It's truly a massive waste of time for every entrepreneur that doesn't know what they're doing and pay someone who truly has a knack and talent with this project style. This way, you can save yourself some time and have it done right the first time. And not only will your content look better, but you'll be able to spend more time doing other things that you love. Trust me, you will just love the idea of a creative superhero taking over the design spectrum of ideas you've been hoarding in your brain. Same goes if you dread the monthly accounting task and just want to do what you just want to do already. So what are you waiting for? Hand that off to an accounting whiz and you'll be happy that you did it. It can be a tough idea to wrap your head around, though. The prospect of handing over your precious business to a stranger? It's almost as if we say to ourselves, how do I clone myself? And how can I trust this person will have the same amount of passion and care about my project as I do? Especially after the countless hours, sweat, and sometimes even tears that we pour into our businesses. How can we hand it off to someone else? But the right people are out there. They truly are. If you're lucky enough to come across a terrific VA, then get them on your team. Before you know it, they will likely recommend more talented individuals they know to help you with other areas of your business. And before you know it, you will have an entire team. Thus, having freed up some of your time, you have things flying off your to-do list. You're actually accomplishing those longer-term goals in a shorter amount of time. And you are now preaching the gospel of how using a VA changed your working life so that you could actually do the work you love the most and want to be spending your precious time on. With that being said, I think it's about time we talk about something especially important when it comes time to build or grow your virtual team, the interview. So now let's get you equipped with the right questions so you can go about finding yourself a second you or two. These are what I feel are the top 7 most important questions to gain the insight that will help you hire the right person every single time. Question number 1. What's your story? How and why did you end up becoming a VA? With this question, you want to see if the VA is comfortable talking about themselves and see what they are willing to share and emphasize on. It's also a great light conversation starter to keep things casual and relaxed. This will give them the ability to sell themselves and explain their past. It is also a good way to judge someone's confidence and get to know a bit more about them before giving them access to your business. Question number 2. What type of work do you feel you're best at? What are your core skills? What are you most interested in learning more about? What type of work do you prefer not to do? This is a great open-ended icebreaker question and offers the VA an opportunity to walk you through their day in life as well as their background. Hopefully the answers to these questions will be very closely related to the ones you are looking for. In reality, the last thing you want to do is plug someone into a role that isn't quite the right fit for you or for them. Knowing early on what they do not want to do for you will make the work process easier. Question number 3. What is your favorite way to communicate? How quick is your usual response time? Personally, I'm an email, Slack, Zoom, and Asana gal. I find each of these tools offers a different opportunity and solution when it comes to working with various clientele on a day-to-day basis. Lack of or poor communication is a huge cause of workplace issues, especially when it comes to working remotely. You want to know your VA can be reliable and knows to communicate effectively in order to be a true team player. How well you communicate with them will set the tone and precedent. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work. Question number 4. What tools do you use in your business and with your other clients? What are your favorites, least favorites? Truthfully, nobody likes to work on things which they aren't good at or possibly do not like to do. Having respect for that, or at the very least an understanding, will help your VA feel valued on your team. And communicating this up front will help build a greater team mentality. Make this an open-ended question to see if you get your match. Question number 5. If I asked you to complete a task after accepting you realized you couldn't do it on your own, what would you do? Or what if I gave you a task but you didn't understand what is needed for you to do? Truthfully, we as VAs, creative individuals like graphic designers and web designers too, sometimes take on tasks we're not always 100% confident with because we love a good challenge and we don't want to seem incapable. So I highly suggest carefully examining their answers. See if this is something they've thought about before or perhaps answering for the very first time. Encourage them to be honest. Accept their answers and make them feel comfortable to open up to you. Question number 6. Let's say you're working on an urgent deadline and you had technical issues, like the platform is not cooperating, your computer crashes, or the internet goes down. What's the first thing you would do? Do you have a backup plan for this tech chaos? Nobody wants to feel as though their disappointment when things that are out of their control takes over. But having an open and honest relationship goes a long way when things get all tech crazy. Having backup plans are also a good thing. And if for some reason they don't have one, it's probably a good idea to suggest a few. If they act badly to your suggestions, then this is a sign this VA isn't willing to go the extra mile for you, and that's not someone you want on your team. Question number 7. Do you have any schedule restrictions? Other clients? If so, how many? And how many hours do you usually work per week? Want to work per week? What time zone are you in and what hours are you available? It's important to establish a work schedule to make sure the VA can set aside and commit the time to focus on your business needs. Here's where you gauge commitment and focus. Okay, did those cues offer some great insight and level out your comfortability on the topic of outsourcing to a virtual professional? Now that you're feeling a little bit more prepared to dip your toe in the water of freedom and hire a VA, let's talk a bit about 10 tasks you can leave to your VA. There are endless possibilities here, truly. These 10 are just examples of some extremely popular tasks to hand off. First off is filtering emails and inbox clutter. In many of my previous podcasts, we talk about how email can be a powerful source of stress and distraction. So pass that task off to your right-hand guy or gal and let them make some organizational magic for you. Next up is calendar management. A busy business means endless meetings, Zoom calls, webinars, and the list goes on. If you hand your calendar over to a professional meeting manager, you can be sure you will never forget where you need to be and when you need to be there. Okay, let's talk accounting, invoicing, filing, reports, yuck. If this is not a happy task for you, there are enormous amounts of truly amazing people who will gladly take this off your hands, leaving you to do your thing. Number 4 on the list is social media management. There's an art to creating professional and viable social media pages and viable content that reach your target audience and rake in the prospects. Most VAs have taken courses on how to do this, and sometimes they are so naturally talented at it, they work wonders like you have never seen. 5th on the list is preparation of PowerPoint and presentation materials. You create the goodies, send the information off to your VA, and voila! A professional and creative presentation lands in your lap and you are ready for your meeting. Website creation, maintenance, and all that goes with those huge tasks should be left to the professionals. A creatively talented VA can be an angel from above when it comes to all things graphics and design. Just remember that sometimes a talent like this doesn't come at the same cost as an admin VA due to the level of expertise required to get that job done right. Client delight and management is another popular group of tasks that a VA can manage for you. onboarding, session scheduling, follow-up emails or calls, customer service, and so on. And yes, these types of tasks can be all handled virtually. If you are utilizing videos and tutorials in your marketing plan, including upping your YouTube game, VAs who qualify can help with things like video editing, creating and adding cover art, transcribing, splicing and dicing, and all that fun stuff. Creating email campaigns, scheduling your social media content, and form and quiz creations are very much in demand and a very much needed weekly set of tasks that must be completed in a virtual business. And yet again, a talented and organized VA can be the answer to this for you. The last thing on my list is ghostwriting. If creative writing is not your jam and you need original content for things like blogs, vlogs, podcasts, social media content, and what have you, a talented writer could be the next best thing you give to your business. The options for what a writer can do for you on your team are absolutely endless. So as you can see from the list of task ideas presented here, your VA can truly handle almost anything for you. Working with virtual assistants has gone so much farther than most people ever thought possible, and it keeps growing by the day. In the end, it's all about business growth, as well as waking up and realizing that as a business owner, you shouldn't be doing half the things you are already doing on a day-to-day basis. So as a whole, we have discovered so many things coming out of the 2020 pandemic. Some good, some tough, but never has there been more opportunities to change, to pivot and innovate, and dive deeply into our businesses. Working virtually has become what people are now calling the new norm. But to many of us, it's actually how things have always been. And for those of you struggling to adapt, that is truly why we are here, to make your migrate successfully into the virtual world. Because honestly, it may be this way forever, or at the very least, for a very long time. So don't worry, there are so many talented virtual individuals right at your fingertips who are willing to dive in and help you. It's an exciting time in history, as well as an exciting time within this virtual industry, something to be a part of no matter where you are in the world. And there's no end to the possibilities of what a virtual world can offer.
And that's a wrap. Virtually Untangled is a full-service business, which means they've got you covered on design and content right through to digital and organization. You'll form a long-lasting relationship with them, as collaboration is central to everything they do. Now it's time to seize the moment and become inbox friends. It's easy to do. Just hop on over to virtuallyuntangled.com or their Facebook page to opt in and receive instant access to the most inspirational ride of your life. So what are you waiting for? Become inbox friends with VU. Until the next episode, keep untangling.